Do you always feel like the slow hiker in the group, dragging behind, holding everyone back, wondering why everyone can move faster than you can, leaving you wondering if there's something wrong with you or if hiking is even for you? Here's the truth. It's not you. It's your approach. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. My name's James Appleton, licensed hiking guide, strength coach, and the founder at 46 Outdoors Company. And I help hikers to train their bodies and minds so that they move fast, feel strong, and stay consistent out on the trail and in their life. But before we dive in, you know the drill. Click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. Let's jump in. Number one, you need to build more horsepower. You need that trail strength. You know, most people think hiking more is going to make them faster. It doesn't. So if you want to get faster, you need to build a stronger engine with more horsepower, more power, right? Horsepower. And that is exactly what my mountain strength method does. I break it down in this entire video right here. Click that video. You can watch that and get a week of training as well. But here's the breakdown. You need to build foundational strength. So think squats, deadlifts, lunges, movements that make your legs durable and powerful. And you need to train heavy. We're talking reps in the 4 to 8 rep range, 5 to 10 rep range in there. Yes, you also want to do some reps in these exercises in the 15 to 20 because you do want that muscular endurance as well. But to build this horsepower that's going to power you up the trail so you're moving fast, even though your heart's beating out of its chest, your muscles still have the ability to keep moving, to get faster, that is where you need power. And the only way to build this power is through loading your muscles and lifting heavy. Next, you need trail endurance, so you got to train that steady state cardio. Think rucks, walking on an inclined treadmill, carrying weights, actually running, doing things that are going to build your endurance specifically. You also need to build some athleticism. This is how you're going to keep going up those steep inclines. You want to add explosive movements so that you're not gassed on those steep inclines. Things like burpees, I know everyone hates them, squat jumps, jumping lunges, things that make you move like an athlete, skater jumps. These are all fantastic, explosive movements that are going to help your body propel yourself up that steep incline so that you're not moving slowly. And the fourth piece of the mountain strength method is your backpack strength. You need to make sure you have the strength and the ability to carry a loaded backpack and to keep on moving. So train that at home. Go on rucks, move fast, wear a heavy backpack, and move as fast as you can. That's going to help you push your body further so it has to adapt and you get stronger, which is going to lead to you moving faster when you're out on the trail. So train these 4 pillars 3 to 4 times a week, and I promise you, you will stop falling behind and you will start leading the group. It works for me. It works for all of my clients around the country. I can assure you, when you implement this mountain strength method into your training, you will not be the slow hiker anymore. Horsepower is important, but you also need gasoline. So let's talk fuel. Tip number 2, fuel your hike with a simple trail nutrition strategy. Yes, you need a strategy for your fuel when you're out there, your food. You're probably hiking under-fueled. Most people just grab a granola bar or some trail mix and they just kind of hope for the best. But if you want to move faster and feel stronger, your fuel, your food, it matters. Your body is not going to perform at its best if you're not feeding it the best. Before your hike, I want you to eat a meal with carbs and protein. So maybe that's a breakfast sandwich or oatmeal and eggs. This gives your body fuel to start strong. High protein meal, high carb meal. Think 30 grams of protein and maybe 50 grams of carbs to start your day. Start your body ready to go. And now during the hike, let's start with your energy, your carbs. Carbs equal energy now. You want to think fast carbs, simple carbs every 60 to 90 minutes. We're talking fruit. We're talking the goos, the honey packets, the maple syrup, the sugary snacks. These are going to give you energy right now. So when you are out there and you feel like your body's dragging, you might actually need some more food, but you need the right food. Carbs in that situation is what you're looking for. You're about to do some steep climb up a big ascent. Now's the time to hammer some carbs and get moving. Next, fats equal your long-term energy, your sustained energy throughout the day. So think trail mix, think your nut butters, peanut butter, almond butter, whatever. Cheese, if you're that kind of person, you party like that, you bring cheese with you, another great option for fats. These help give you energy throughout the day because they're higher calorie, and they're higher calorie, they take longer to burn. That's why the energy is a more sustained energy. Next, let's talk about my favorite piece of the equation, protein. Protein is good for recovery, protein maintains muscles, and it just helps your body perform better. It's hard to perform your best when you're actually hungry. Protein helps you stay full throughout the day. So think of, you bring a sandwich with meat on it. You could bring meat sticks, protein bars, beef jerky. Sandwiches are my favorite personally to help you stay full and avoid that muscle breakdown, especially on longer hikes when you can bring it. But you want protein so that you perform well throughout the day. And at the end of your hike, you got to have a high protein meal so that your body starts recovering immediately. And since we're talking trail nutrition strategy, we also got to talk about hydration. Sip that water constantly and make sure you have electrolytes, especially sodium. I personally like a 50-50 split of regular water and electrolyte water because you don't want to start cramping out there. Once you start cramping, it's very hard to recover fully. What I have found that works best for the clients I'm guiding or myself out in the backcountry is half a liter for every hour of movement. It's a good rule of thumb, but that has worked very well for me. Number 3, build mental toughness by training when it's hard. You see, this is the part that nobody talks about, but it's what separates strong hikers and strong people from everyone else: mental strength. And here's how you build it. Train when you don't feel like it. After a long day of work, when you're tired or your brain says, it's okay, you can skip it. You had a big day. You don't feel well. You can skip it today. That is where you build discipline that changes how you show up, not just in the gym, not just out on the trail, but in your everyday life. And this applies in the gym and on the trail. You see, when your legs are screaming and your mind wants to quit and all you got to do is just turn around and go back home, no. Go one more rep, go one more step, push a little further, take 3 more steps up that steep incline. You're climbing that elevation. Oh, go up to that tree, get to that tree, then say, you know what, I couldn't get to that tree, get to that one. And then all of a sudden you turn around and you say, you know what, I was going to quit 50 yards back, but I got 50 yards further before I had to stop. That goes a long way because your mind will give up long before your body does. So when you start training it so that you can keep pushing a little bit more, this is going to allow you to move faster, to push beyond that breaking point where you don't think you can keep going and you need a break, but no, you can keep powering through. Even though your heart's beating fast, even though your muscles are burning, you can keep going. You're also proving something to yourself when you push past those points. That is how you know you're capable, you know you're powerful, and you become the person who can keep going even when it's hard, which is what you're going to need to do in the backcountry. And if you're trying to move faster up the trail, this is a prerequisite. You are going to have to learn to push past your limits. And I want you to know you are stronger than you think you are. In all of my coaching programs, we train on this specific principle on purpose because the mountains are going to test you. They do not care if you're successful. They're going to test you with every fiber of your being, but you will be ready when you do this ahead of time. When you push yourself in the gym, you push yourself beyond what you're capable of doing, and you've already done these reps to keep going. Now, if you're tired of being the slow one, you're sick of falling behind on hikes and wondering why nothing seems to work, and if you are ready to finally build a strong body, fuel it properly, and train your mind to push through when it gets hard, I want to invite you to book a call with me at the link below. And on the call, I'll walk you through exactly how we help people just like you become strong, confident, faster hikers. And we also help them become strong, confident, more disciplined people in their everyday life. You do not have to settle for being the slow one in the group any longer. So let's build that version of you together so that you're the one leading the charge up the next mountain. Click that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.